One of the top questions I get from clients is, how long is the patent process going to take and how much does it cost? And unfortunately, many a times it's the lawyer answer of it depends. What type of invention do you have? What type of patent protection is being sought? All of these things factor into the overall cost and timeline. However, to give a couple generalities, first thing we want to do is start with a patent search. Depending on complexities, your search may be anywhere in the range of about $1,500 to $2,500, and usually takes about a week or 2 weeks to complete. Hopefully the search, checks out and we're able to proceed forward with the application thereafter. But if there's potential roadblocks or obstacles, we'll definitely take the time to discuss with you and try to find an alternative way to still help your invention move forward. But once we get to the application, it usually takes us about 4 to 6 weeks to draft an application. The cost, again, is quite variable depending on the subject matter being sought. But many a times for, moderately complex mechanical type inventions, you're probably going to be in the $7,000 range for a patent application. And then once after that application is filed, we're going to wait for probably 1.5 to 2 years for the patent office to review the application. Once the patent office reviews the application, they will usually refuse the application, at which point the next phase of the process starts, which is called the prosecution phase. Now, this phase is quite speculative because we don't know at the time of filing exactly how the patent examiner is going to review and assess the application. But what we do know is that in almost 80% of all cases, there's at least one initial refusal issued by the patent office. And so the costs, obviously, the number of times that we have to go back and forth, does make a difference. We often estimate for our clients, this phase of the process to be about $5,000, but it could be more or it could be less, depending on exactly the strategy we choose and the issues that we run across at the patent office. Once, we've hopefully done a round or two of back and forth with the examiner, the final step, which is the fees that, the clients are usually happy to pay, are the issue fees. Because once you pay those government issue fees, the patent will issue, thereafter. Conservatively speaking, from start to finish, you're probably looking at about 3 years and a total investment, again, depending on subject matter and a number of other qualifying factors, probably in the range of about $10,000 to $15,000 start to finish.